Happy Tuesday, boys and girls. I wanted to come and work with you on the packet week 4. Today is going to be Tuesday, and your literacy activity for Tuesday says to read two books by the same author about the same topic. Discuss how the books were the same and discuss how the books are different. So these are the two books I picked out. This one you might be familiar with. If you give a mouse a cookie, and if you give a moose a muffin. Both of these books are by Laura Numeroff. She has a bunch of books. If you give a cat a cupcake is one of the other ones. If you give a dog a donut. So she has a bunch of these. That's something when everything goes back to normal, you can go to the library. She's another really good author that you would like. So I'm going to read both the books. I'll read If You Give a Mouse a Cookie first, and then I'll read If You Give a Moose a Muffin. I was thinking that when I was reading, I want you listening to things that are the same about both books and things that are different about both books, because that is what it asks you to do. Think about how the books are the same and how the books are different. Now, I want you to think really quick with me. Are these books fiction? Or are these books nonfiction? Remember, fiction means make-believe, nonfiction means real facts. These books are fiction. And what do you think the author's purpose in writing these books? Most likely she was going to entertain us. She was writing the books for our enjoyment. So if you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks in the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of scissors. Do you think they should give him scissors? When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff a pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you read to him from one of your favorite books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited he wants to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. And he'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want you to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So, how the little boy's feeling. He'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. So this is If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. It's by Laura Numeroff. Now I'm going to read If You Give a Moose a Muffin. It's by the same author. Remember, we're listening for things that are the same about the two books and things that are different. Does anyone remember what kind of chart we make in class when we're doing what things are the same and what things are different? Remember, we make a Venn diagram. Let me draw one really quick to remind you. Remember, we do a Venn diagram. We put one book here, and all the things that are the same go here, and the things that are different. So you could even get a piece of paper, one of the backs of the papers, you could draw your 2 circles, and you could draw me pictures. All the things that are the same can go in the middle, and all the things that are different can go on the side. So this is if you give a moose a muffin. If you give a moose a muffin, he'll want some jam to go with it. So you'll bring him some of your mother's homemade blackberry jam. When he's finished eating the muffin, he'll want another, and another, and another. When they're all gone, he'll ask you to make some more. You'll have to go to the store to get muffin mix, and he'll want to go with you. What do you think about a moose at the store? When he opens the door and feels how chilly it is, he'll ask to borrow a sweater. When he puts a sweater on, he'll notice one of the buttons is loose. He'll ask for a needle and thread. He'll start sewing. The button will remind him of the puppets his grandmother used to make. So he'll ask for some old socks. He'll make sock puppets. Has anyone ever made sock puppets? That's something you could do at your house with old socks. When they're done, he'll want to put on a puppet show. Look at the puppets he made. A moose and a mouse. Where do you think the mouse came from? Probably if you give a mouse a cookie. He'll need some cardboard and paints. Then he'll ask you to help him make the scenery. When the scenery is finished, he'll get behind the couch, but his antlers will stick out. So he'll ask for something to cover them up. You'll bring him a sheet from your bed. When he sees the sheet, he'll remember he wants to be a ghost for Halloween. He'll try it on and shout, "Boo!" It'll scare him so much he knocks over the paint. So he'll use the sheet to clean up the mess. Then he'll ask for some soap to wash it out, and he'll probably want to hang the sheet up to dry. He'll go outside and put it on the clothesline, and when he's outside in the yard, he'll see your mother's blackberry bush. Seeing the blackberries will remind him of her jam. He'll probably ask you for some. Chances are, if you give him the jam, he'll want a muffin to go with it. So boys and girls, I want you to think about these 2 books we just read. If you give a mouse a cookie, if you give a moose a muffin, and I want you to think about the things that are the same about the books and the things that are different, and draw me some pictures of things that are the same and things that are different about both books. Do your best.